the way that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, loved Aisha.
You carrying that? I want a relationship like the beautiful, loving relationship between a 54-year-old man and a 9-year-old girl. It's a little too late for that, Rosie. You're a little too old.
So from the way that Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, describes their beautiful love story.
Beautiful love story.
To me, there is no way that she could have been forced to marry our beloved Prophet.
No, she was completely willing when the marriage was arranged when she was a 6-year-old. She was, there's no way she was forced into that. She definitely was in full, she definitely had her full adult cognitive faculties, and she decided when it was arranged by her father, when her marriage was arranged by her father with Muhammad, she wasn't forced into anything. No, she was free to walk away. There's no way her dad, who beat her all the time, would have just beaten her and told her to do what he wants.
Isn't it also telling that she had severe alopecia and lost all her hair, according to some hadith? If she lost all her hair, alopecia is often brought on by high stress levels. Yeah. So as a 6-year-old, knowing what sort of a relationship you're going to, or not part knowing, having extreme stress, losing all her hair, obviously that also is fairly telling to her sort of mental state.
So for anyone who's not familiar with what we're talking about, there's the sources, and this may actually have played a role in even why people are why Muhammad was waiting to consummate the marriage, but her hair fell out at some point, and so it says she got sick and her hair fell out, but that can just be the result of stress. In other words, she could have been actually panicking to the point of her hair falling out. Based on her marriage with this guy. Keep in mind that there is something.
Genesis 17:17. You guys writing this down? Good. Sarah was 90 years old when Abraham was 100. All right? Sarah was how old? 90. When Abraham was? And this is in Genesis 17:17. All right? 17, not 70. 1717. Ibrahim alayhi salam, or Abraham, was 100 when Isaac or Ishaq was born. How old was he? 100 when Isaac was born, in accordance to Genesis 21:5. Genesis 21:5. Okay. Sarah died at the age of 127, according to Genesis 23:1 and 2, verses 1 and 2. How old was she? 127 years of age when she died, according to Genesis, not according to Islam. Just talking about the Bible here. Genesis 23, verses 1 and 2. Okay. Isaac, Ishaq alayhi salam, was 40 years old when he married Rebecca, in accordance to Genesis 25:20. How old was he? 40. According to Genesis 25:20, giving you evidences for all of these. Sarah was 90 when Ishaq was born. How do we know that? Concluding from 1 and 2. If Sarah was 90 when Abraham was 100, and Abraham was 100 when Isaac was born, then how old was Sarah when Isaac was born? 90, right? Very clear. Ishaq or Isaac was 37 when his mother died, because 127 minus 90 equals what? 37. You guys with me? You with me or no? You see the clear verses? Okay. You lost track? In number 3 that I mentioned, Sarah died at 127. And she was how old when Isaac was born? 90. So if you subtract 90 from 127, what do you get? 37. So that means Isaac, according to the Bible, was 37 when his mother Sarah died. Since Isaac was 37 when his mother died, and he was 37 when Rebecca was born, right? Because Rebecca was born when Sarah died. So, what does that mean? That means that Isaac was 40 when he married Rebecca. Huh? How old was he when she was born? 37. He married her at 40. Huh? So Rebecca would be how old? 3 years old. 3 years old. It's all verses from the Bible itself. So if you want to talk about child marriages, let's talk about it. Okay? This is something to keep in your da'wah tool. If Christians bring up the age of Aisha radiyallahu anha, tell them, okay, let's talk about the Bible. First, you tell me how is it, and this is not something that Muslims have found out in the Bible. If you look at Rashi, who's a commentator on the Old Testament, one of the standards, he says according to Jewish law, a girl has to be 3 years of age to get married because of the Bible. And that is the minimum age for Jewish marriage according to the Bible. And look at Rashi's commentary, which is a standard studied by Christians and Jews, well-known commentary. He's the one that came up with this. So, Rabbi Bahaya, B-A-H-Y-A, bin Ashir, B-E-N, like Ibn, Ashir, A-S-H-E-R, who is from 1252 to 1340. So from 1252 to 13, very classic commentary on the Torah. He says the Torah itself testifies that Ishaq was 40 years when he married Rebecca, which makes Rebecca 3 years old when she married. Okay, this is the commentary by Bahaya bin Ashir, which is, I'll spell it out for you, R-A-B-B-E-I-N-U and B-A-H-Y-A, third word, B-E-R-E-S-H-I-T. Careful with that one. Reference 467:1. So this is Jewish rabbi who gives the commentary here on the Old Testament. Classic. I mean, he died in 1340, so it's not some, recent that we've come up with. Rabbi Solomon bin Ishaq, S-O-L-O-M-O-N-B-E-N-I-S-A-A-C, who was from 1040 to 1106, commonly known by his acronym Rashi, the one I mentioned earlier, R-A-S-H-I, was the single most influential Jewish Bible commentator of the Middle Ages. You can look him up. Rashi's calculation are as follows, and I've given them already. And he says, and this is mentioned in DAAT dot Zakanim, Z-K-E-N-I-M, on Genesis 25:21. He says, according to the Talmud, it was permissible for an adult male to have sexual intercourse with a 3-year-old girl if she was maritally single, meaning she had not already been married. Girls could be betrothed and married at the age of 3. Their commentary.